Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss the strange but true fact that whiskey was once legally considered medicine in this country. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cool, Tim Swaya, and Von Nieters.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, but true that whiskey was once considered medicine. We'll talk about that after the break. For right now, McNew said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, McNew?
So it's also true, but hard to believe. We had a really good small talk.
Yes.
So we didn't record.
Way better than anything we're about to do, I'm sure. We had a great
for like
talk.
25 minminutes.
Yeah,
No, I don't even want to do this one, but I thought it was good earlier today. What do you guys think is a good decanter bourbon? Because I cleaned my office and I found one of my decanters and I'm like, I should put something in that. What do you guys think is good to put in a decanter?
Okay, so you have a cool decanter and you want to have that available and pull that out and for guests, okay?
No, yeah, whatever. For me, during
or just for you.
Okay.
I got an answer right away.
Okay, what is it?
So I actually just recently acquired my first decanter after my grandmother passed away, and so it means a little bit more to me because of that. And my dad's side of the family has always been Wild Turkey 101 drinkers, so I filled it with Wild Turkey 101.
Wild Turkey 101.
Nice.
Okay.
That's a solid whiskey to put in it. I like
And
that.
it's something that gets used often too, so it's always out, and I don't mind having it in the decanter for anyone to enjoy.
That's an important factor, because the longer that whiskey sits in there, it'll break down the crystal, which then introduces lead into your whiskey.
What?
Can't be one that sits for a while.
Mm.
Good to know. It's not sitting for long, that's for sure.
There you go.
As long as it's moving.
Good answer.
Keep it moving. Yeah, like shit through a goose. Keep your whiskey moving. Yeah. All right. All right, Tim, what do you do, man? What would be your decanter whiskey?
My decanter whiskey would probably be, you're going to shoot me for this one, but it'd be an Isla peated scotch.
Oh, Jesus. What?
That to me...
I thought they discontinued that stuff. We've invented bourbon.
It'd be a nice
We
rich
haven't
body.
become president
I
yet.
don't understand. Do you have rotary phones in your house? What is going on here? Yeah, Mr. Renaissance man here. Yeah,
I got the jitterbug in my house still.
The phone? Jitterbug. Yeah.
No, that's the knee-jerk reaction for that one. But switching, if I was going to choose a bourbon, it would be something that would move fast. But to me, I want a weeder in there. I throw Maker's Mark in there.
Maker's Mark. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe dial it up with a Maker's 46 if I wanted to feel sassy.
Sassy. All right, Kathy.
What is the decanter?
It's so it's actually one my mom got me years ago. It has McNew engraved on it with a big the laurel wreath thing.
Sure,
So-
of course.
And I
It's
am
a
going
family
to
crest.
fill it with the tequila that comes out of a 3-foot Jaguar.
Jaguar.
Ooh, very nice.
I want that.
I want that.
want
I still want
that.
that.
I want that. I think the answer is Old Foe signature, right? That's what you put in there.
That's
It's
a
for
good
your
one.
cocktails. It's also a sipper if you want to sip it. So that's the right answer, actually.
So we're going pretty basic, and I like that because I was with Tim. I usually do Maker's Mark, but I ended up picking up Evan Williams 100 because I'm like, yeah,
Ooh,
that's fine.
smart.
I'm going to drink
Yep.
that. It's
Yeah,
fine
that's a good
neat.
one.
You can put it in a cocktail. I was like, that's a good decanter bourbon, I think. So
Decanter
Yeah.
bourbon. I think we all agreed.
Usually
Yeah,
used
it's
for a
it's
cocktail.
it's
Something
not your
you
high end
else
stuff that you put in the
use.
decanter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Tim said, it's stuff that you want to keep moving. So there you go.
Yeah.
So you don't get lead poisoning.
Apparently, you don't get lead poisoning. So yeah. Stay one step ahead on your whiskey, folks. Avoid the lead
We're
poisoning.
thinking, and it's a medicinal episode. There's a fun fact for you to take. Everybody who's got whiskey decanters.
Yes.
Drink
Keep
more
it moving.
whiskey.
Drink more whiskey. There you go. And guess what, gang? It is time to drink now. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Tim.
I know I'm going to lose anyway, so I'm going to go with a well-loved bottle of Buzzard's Roost Toasted Barrel.
Toasted Barrel.
Nice.
Let's see here. Oh,
Yeah.
tremendously bassy on this side.
Oh yeah, it was on our side too. Just huge, so much bass you couldn't even hear it.
Okay.
So much.
Off the
I,
charts.
I would like
Mm.
all of the audience to just think about how much bass they just heard.
Just reflect on that, people.
Just
Right.
reflect
Email
on it for a
McNew.
moment.
It was
With
so
your
deep.
thoughts.
It was so deep you couldn't even hear it. All right, Kathy, what do you got?
I am going to open up a Four Roses single barrel.
Okay. Wow.
Wow.
Woo!
I'm shocked. I
As
didn't
Ric
hear
Flair
anything.
says. As Ric Flair says. So there you go. That's going to be tough to beat. I've got Buffalo Trace here. This is a old school one. This is a barrel pick I did with Jim's old place of employment back in the day.
Ooh, that is old.
Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, that was nice. It was nice. It was
Bassy.
not going to win any awards.
Not as bassy as Tim's.
No,
No, mine wasn't even registered on the scale. It was so bassy. You got to understand.
Not as
that.
bassy as
Can't hear it.
Tim's, nor as loud as Kathy's. Kathy still has the lead. Von Nieters is next.
Well, I basically have medicine for myself. It's some Neely Family Distillery Sweet Thumped Rye General Custard ABV Barrel Shop pick.
Oh, that was actually very good.
it's really good.
Really
Wasn't
good,
bad.
but not good enough with what Kathy had there. So, yeah, he's going to enjoy that. If you got folks like that, come by the ABV Barrel Shop and pick up a bottle of General Custard.
Actually, you won't. I just bought the rest today.
He cleared the shelves. So
Really?
Oh, yeah, he cleared the shelves. So we're out of it now. All right, which is good. We like being out of stuff. I mean, there's so many things just
Right.
stick around when you're trying to get rid of it, and it's like, oh, here's another one, and then we'll be like, okay, that's
It had
gone.
to be after 1 o'clock because I was there until about 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it was after.
Yeah, it
that.
was.
It was after that. So Von Nieters was one of the last ones, if not the last one to go. Might have been one after you, right, Von Nieters? Somebody was still left, right?
Yeah, there was a couple people sitting at the
Yeah.
tasting bar.
Yeah. All right, to McNew, how about you? What do you got?
I have some Restoration Rye out of Cascade.
Okay. No, nothing. Silence.
Swat on the set.
Complete
Slide on the
silence.
set. Cheers to Kathy. She wins.
Here's Kathy.
Here's Kathy.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about how we were drinking whiskey on the break. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
Hello, this is Jeff from Iowa, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily with Colonel Steve.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about how whiskey was once medicine in the
Yes, it was. Medicine. Literally medicine. So you go to the doctor, you get prescribed, and it is the medicine to fix what ails you. So, yeah.
Here's what's interesting.
Okay.
Which doctors could you go to? You could go to your medical doctor.
Okay.
You could go to your dentist.
Okay. Your dentist, that's good. I'm
You
good
could
friends with
go
my
to your
dentist.
veterinarian.
The vet can assign.
The vet.
Were barbers in there? Because at one time, barbers could be
Barbers?
Barbers.
Yes.
Yeah.
But only for the men.
I'm sure.
That's what the unfortunate part
So
was about
stupid.
that.
It's stupid, but yeah,
Very
probably it's
stupid.
true. Probably, but probably it's true. So yeah, dumb. But yes, yeah. So it's hard to imagine, right? But I mean, they figured out a way to be able to still get whiskey during a time when you couldn't get whiskey. So
I think
prohibition.
it's brilliant. Do you know that I would have a cough every week? Oh, I'm so sick. I'm so sick.
Right.
And if they didn't believe me, my dog is sick. I'm going to go to the vet. I'm getting this whiskey either way.
Yeah.
You didn't call it Grandpa's old cough medicine for nothing, McNew.
Got it.
Let's give a shout out to our friends in the Scottish land, because in the 16th century, Scottish apothecaries sold whiskey as a tonic to slow aging, clear congestion, and relieve joint pain. I'd say check.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah.
relieves joint pain. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, more
No
scientific.
one did any. Oh, go ahead, Tim. Yes.
Yeah, more scientific. The polyphenols in whiskey have been shown to decrease bad cholesterol, LDL, and increase your good cholesterol, HDL levels, and reduce triglycerides or fat in your blood. So for all of us fat guys with good tasting notes, drink
That's
whiskey.
good. That's good. It helps. It helps. In moderation. In moderation. Of
In
course.
moderation.
Yeah,
Yes.
but yeah, I think it can be a part of a healthy diet. You're with-
So-
Healthy diet.
yes, absolutely, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
In one of the articles I was
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of drinking it for a healthy diet, it said that one of the articles I was reading, it said doctors typically prescribed adults like 1 ounce of whiskey every couple hours, depending on what you had,
Of course.
and then a little bit less for children.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like if you sore
you don't want
throat.
to share it with the kid.
Yeah, the kid's not really going to get any. So, yeah.
I think like even into my mom's and like my older cousins' generation, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, the baby's teething, just throw some whiskey on its gums." That was well into the 80s. People
Sure.
were still doing it.
Oh, it was crazy in the 80s, the shit we did. Oh, yeah.
I have a kid now, and people still tell me to do that. So
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And you don't want to waste it. Like, okay, so let's talk.
Well,
Out of your collection, what are you going to, like the decanter, are you going to put the decanter whiskey on your kids' gums? What is the medicinal whiskey in your house right now?
Right. What would be the medicinal whiskey?
That's a good question.
Wild Turkey 101. It runs in the family. It has to be. It has
to be. Okay.
So
Okay.
I think if I were in that position, I would say something very high proof so that it gets a little numb. You want, if they're in pain,
I would think that'd be horrific.
Yeah.
it's gonna burn a
Well,
little.
you wanna
You
want
got a
perfect
90
proof.
proof at most, probably, for the
Yeah,
little
I think
one.
you want to go lower proof with the kids.
No.
Oh yeah, they're not
You
used to
want it
hardly
to feel-
drinking it,
You give
You
them the
want
good
it to feel like
stuff.
Oradell.
Yeah.
You want it to tingle so they know it's working.
Right.
Correct.
so they know it's working.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're yeah. Oh,
You
mom,
gotta
it
get-
burns. No, that lets you know it's working.
Yeah.
6 month
Have
old.
any of you ever
Yeah.
tried
Numbing
that baby
properties.
Oragel? Have you tried that baby
No.
Oragel on yourself? I
No.
have. And that shit is powerful. I was
Really?
numb for hours. I'm like, oh, this is nothing. This is nothing. Diane's laughing at me. General's like, you're going to regret that. And I'm like, I can't talk about it out of my mouth for like 2 hours. That
2
stuff's
hours.
powerful.
So they'll appreciate a little 101. They're like, this stuff's weak.
Shit.
It's
You
weak. I don't
start
think
them
so.
at a 93 proof Yellowstone, and then you work your way up to a Wild Turkey 101. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Oh,
Tim's got him louder stepping over here. Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. In
I got
Colorado
a lot of
whiskey,
experience in that
yeah,
nature.
yeah.
In the, in
Lenny
that
talks
section of
about,
raising kids.
giving his son whiskey on the day he was born. So
Yeah.
he
What
talks
proof
about,
was that?
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm guessing low hundreds based on Lenny's typical proof. I would guess it's his
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah.
He also fed him fish too. I'm sure right off the bat.
Oh sure, yeah.
You
Tinned
know, and then
fish.
here's some grass. You'll love
Thin
this.
fish and grass.
Showed him a picture with a sandwich and the circle around it and the cross.
With the-
through it.
yeah,
cross,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
No
yeah,
smoking
here's a
sign,
leaf.
no sandwiches.
No
The
sandwich.
delicacy right outside. Here's a maple leaf. You'll enjoy this, son.
Yeah, yeah. You don't mess with Lenny for sure. He has his opinions. So yeah.
So,
But I
but there were rules on how much whiskey you could.
Okay.
You
Let's
could,
hear the rules.
There were.
Well, I'm still looking.
Can you look up the maladies too that it could be prescribed for? That's amazing to hear. It's
So-
the list is awesome. It's out there. somewhere.
Well, the
I've
one
seen-
I was seeing, it said the flu, common cold, sore throat, and even serious stuff like high blood pressure, heart disease, depression, tuberculosis, cancer.
Wang problems.
Yep.
The whole
Oh,
thing.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
But it was also like quite expensive because you weren't getting a whole lot. It was like a pint and it was like $30, like in today's money.
Right.
So in that time's money, it would have been insane. So it was actually quite expensive to get.
Yeah. So, are you really taking 2 tablespoons every 4 hours or whatever?
Yeah.
Maybe because you're drunk, you can't help it. You need it. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
The prescriptions would usually allow patients a pint of liquor every 10 days.
Okay.
Usually whiskey. It says pint of liquor, usually whiskey every 10 days. And the medicine was costly, and the patient had to pay about $3
$3
to see the doctor, and then $3 to the pharmacist, which is
Yeah.
$37.50 in today's numbers, which that's twice that. So
Yep.
you're looking at $80 for a pint every 10 days.
Yeah. But I assume once you've seen the doctor and get the prescription, then it's just calling in the prescription, I would guess, right? I mean, I assume.
I don't know.
If
The
you
doctor-
call it
Well,
back, then you
yeah,
have to
because
walk
that's
it
just for
down
the
there, wouldn't you?
diagnosis. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
yeah.
feel like doctors then were like in on the scam. They're like, nope, you're going to pay my fee too. I don't think
Yeah.
you got to do that.
Yeah, you got to get re-diagnosed.
Yeah.
You
So
gotta
this
get-
is why people like my grandmother, who lived in the city of St. Louis, was making bathtub whiskey.
Hmm.
And it was whiskey because my dad would burn toast and they would float the burned toast in it to turn it brown.
Oh.
It was a rectifier. Well,
Yeah, she was a rectifier. She was making her bathtub gin and then turning it into whiskey.
mm,
And you know, that because seriously, a pint, that's not what we need.
It's not going to do a
yeah,
lot.
that's not what we need. Yeah.
We need more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want a handle. Yeah. You have a handle. How much? What's the prescription cost for a handle, sir? Yeah. That's what you're asking your doctor. Yeah. They're like, what's a handle? They haven't invented that yet.
Right?
Slow your roll, Akeley. We haven't invented the handle yet.
That's right. You were ahead of your time in your imagination.
Yeah, of course. Yes, absolutely. So it's crazy to think about. And I don't know. I guess they had that going on with marijuana, and depending on the state you live in, if some of them they get passed by medicinal, and again it's the same thing, a list of maladies to be able to get medicinal marijuana is pretty well open, whatever you come up with it. The same thing with whiskey back in the day, and now we're starting to see ones like Missouri that are just you could just buy it if you wanted to.
And I'm going to say that I recognize whiskey as medicine now.
Mm-hmm.
In
reality, it is, right?
All I want to do is go home and have a pour.
Let me tell you something. I'm 55 years old. Yeah, it can help with the maladies and pain of just walking around. It does.
Pain of everyday life.
Dealing with humanity.
Yeah.
Carrying Jim
Helps
and
my
Dad.
mood.
I mean, you don't think I've got pains?
You don't think that's a full-time job? That's ridiculous.
I need a little whiskey from time to time. Yeah.
It wasn't just Prohibition that recognized whiskey as medicine. To this very day.
To this day.
We recognize whiskey as medicine.
There you go. So
right.
Here's to
what
whiskey.
do they say is the cure to longevity? It's Kentucky sour mash. No, I'd argue sour mash whiskey doesn't have to only be from Kentucky, but you talk to anybody's people living to 100, they're smoking cigars, they're drinking a little bit of whiskey every day, they're eating bacon every day, they're doing something right.
Every time there's a 100-year-old, I take a shot of whiskey a day.
That's right.
It is amazing how many times that is one of the keys to life.
Yeah.
So, it's funny. So there you go. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Von Nieters, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me taking my whiskey medicine very seriously and on Instagram at Von Nieters.
Kathy.
You can find me filling my prescriptions at the ABV Barrel Shop or on Instagram at KKCaststrength.
All right, Tim.
You could find me visiting my veterinarian, providing prescriptions for my cats at the ABV Barrel Shop, and also on Instagram at SwyGuy2112.
McNew.
I am fixing all my ailments at McNew ABV on Instagram.
All right. For me, I'm easy to find. I'm self-medicating at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Steve Akeley. I have a website, steveakeley.com. Check that one out. A lot of information out there. Not really. And we have a company website, abvnetwork.com. There's actually a lot of stuff out there. That's where all of our previous shows are. All that kind of stuff you want to hear, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. You don't need a prescription. Come by and see us. We'll set you up, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang farters. We'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Hey, everyone.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.